getting everything set up over here. Welcome to Kari's Corner. Yay! I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see everyone. So welcome to Kari's Corner, where we explore all things ESL and how that impacts your journey to the good old US of A. We're going to start off with a little anecdote just while people are joining, while people are chiming in and kind of getting geared up and ready for the episode. So today what we're going to talk about is the outline of the ESL program and what the ESL program looks like here at Worldwide. But again, so I like to talk about a little anecdote or a little story before we get started. So the story for today, I like to pull stories from my past because, we all have crazy things happen in our past. So I don't know if it works this way all over the world, but at college and universities here in the United States, you usually have one or two classes that you sign up for and you go into it expecting one thing, and it's not that at all. Not at all. So for me, I had two of those. A little background about me. I'm not a math person. Not at all. My brain is English and history all the way. Math, it's like my brain checked out a long time ago. So I signed up. A friend of mine was like, you should take astronomy. Take astronomy. And I was like, isn't that math? They were like, no, you just look at stars the whole time. I was like, oh, I can look at stars. That's cool. So I go in on day one, and the first thing he gives us is this giant formula sheet of how to calculate the distance to stars and astronomical units, and it's massive. And immediately the part of my brain that does math and science is over there laughing like, that's not happening. It's just not happening. English and history are over here going, I'll tell you the history of any of the Greek gods associated with the stars, but no, I'm not calculating how far away they are. But I made it through that course. I don't know how. It is by the grace of God that I made it through astronomy. I'm here to tell you folks that the ESL program brought to you by Worldwide for free is nothing like the astronomy course that I found myself in. Also ended up taking a class that was puzzle and game theory. I thought it was going to help me, master my Monopoly game. No, it was like matrices and, again, math. I don't know. How do I get myself into these situations? I don't know. But maybe it makes for good stories down the line. So welcome for those of you who are tuning in. I'm so excited. Brief little plug-in about Worldwide. If you're tuning in and you're kind of searching and shopping because you're a nurse and you want to come to the USA, let me tell you a little bit about Worldwide. It's over 20 years of experience in direct hire international nurse recruitment, hiring, immigration, credentialing, and relocation process. How about that for a high five to start the day? Worldwide is an amazing company that helps you and has someone there to help you from beginning to end. So if you're shopping, if you're looking around, if you're a nurse or a nurse aide and you're looking at, we do all sorts of things. I feel like I saw a post for like a vet tech or something, a veterinarian the other day. I was like, holy smokes, I didn't even know we did that. That's so cool. Or that could have been me dreaming too. So anyway, Worldwide is an amazing company to work for. More importantly, it's an amazing company to work with. So if you're looking for somewhere to help you with that process, give Worldwide a shout out. Oh, I can see my comments. Samira. Yay! Hello. Oh, you're living in Jordan. Jordan is beautiful. Oh my gosh, the trees in Jordan, for those of you who don't know, Jordan has this beautiful tree. It's on their flag. Absolutely beautiful. Yay. Wonderful. Thank you for chiming in. Just a brief introduction of me. I'm Kari Cooper. This is my corner. I've been teaching for 15 years, been teaching English and ESL for 15 years. I've taught all over the South in the United States. I've been overseas. I've traveled to Egypt and then more south in the Caribbean and Mexico area has been the extent really of my traveling. But I also did some medical dictation, so I know medical terminology. I don't know necessarily what part of the body the terminology is talking about, but I can type it really fast and I can usually spell it. So that's always a plus. But as far as the medical stuff goes, I'm going to leave that to all you nurses out there. We are live, in case you haven't figured that out yet. We are live, so drop those comments in there. Drop your comments, introduce yourself, where you're tuning in from. Give a shout out to your case manager, your recruitment coordinator. Tag a friend. Tag a friend. Even if you're like, hey, there's this crazy lady from America and she goes live on this Facebook page, you should just watch her because she's insane. That's fine. I'm not offended. I would love it. I would love for them to tune in. Come watch the crazy American lady. But what we're talking about is English. We're talking about the English exam. Oh, I see from Kuwait. Oh, I've never been to Kuwait, but that is amazing. That is awesome. I love that. And looking at all of your names too. And I remember since I was a public school teacher for 15 years, anytime I saw different names or foreign names on the roster, I'm horrible at pronouncing them. So please do not be offended if I don't always give your name a shout out because I'm so scared of mispronouncing it. But yes, continue to give the shout outs in the comments. So why is the English language so darn important? And I know a lot of you are like, well, Miss Kari, in case you didn't know, I have an English exam to pass. Yes, I'm very aware of that English exam. But English is super important for you to be strong at, not just to pass that exam. So once you pass your exam, that stage 7, you have a lot of stages and a lot of waiting time after you pass your exam. So it's really, really important to continue to practice English. Even if you just tune into this video once a week and get 30 minutes of English and practice your typing in English and your writing in English, keep your English up because if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So you've got to keep using it even after you pass your exam. So let's move on to this week's topic. I'm seeing a comment. Looks like Yusuf. I don't know. I'm so sorry if I pronounced it wrong. See, this is why I stay away from names. What do I have to do to go into Idaho? That's an amazing question. We will definitely be giving you those answers. All 50 states have different requirements, different boards of nursing that have different requirements. So that's a tough question for me to answer like right off the top of my hat, but we have some amazing case managers, recruitment coordinators who can really, really help you through that process to get to Idaho. We actually have an office in Idaho and they're an amazing team. So I love our Idaho team. So if you're looking to go to Idaho, it's a great place to go. Wonderful place to go. So let me get into a little bit about what the ESL program is. What is it that you'll be doing working with me? Yay! It's a free program. You don't have to pay for it. Brought to you live and direct for free. And it starts with after you have filed what's called the ETA 9089, and that's in what we call stage 4 of the immigration process. You have a little bit of time in those next few phases where you're not gathering all of your documentation and all that kind of stuff. There's a little bit of a break. So we decided to offer this program to you. It's a 4-week course, and it's a great time for you to prepare for your English exam because the goal is for you, when you get to stage 7, that's your fee bill stage or the visa screen stage, right? So that is when you have to have that English exam. What would be great is if you could check that box and be done with it before stage 7. So for my procrastinators out there, hello, I'm guilty. I'm a procrastinator. But now is not the time to procrastinate. The more you can get done ahead of time, the more you can have organized and ready ahead of time, the faster this process will go. Now, granted, it's out of Worldwide's hands at a certain point, and it goes into the government's hands, it goes into immigration's hands, and as we all know, COVID is still lingering. It's still causing a big impact out there. So just kind of please understand and be patient when your case manager's like, we've sent it off and we're waiting. Worldwide we don't have any inside connections to make yours like go to the top of the pile. And there's a big pile of people trying to come to the U.S. So how much time does it take? Because I'm still on stage 5. You've got that little thinking emoji. I'm going to think as well. Those times fluctuate. those times change. I don't want to give you, you know, a 6-week time frame and have it take 12 weeks. So I don't feel comfortable committing to a time frame for specific stages and how long they take, but your case manager can definitely give you, the case managers are more up to date on how long certain pieces and phases of the process are taking. So your stage manager is case manager is a great person to ask those questions about how long those things are taking. Okay? So let's get back to talking about the course. What is the program? It's a 4-week crash course to help you ace your English exam. So this course is designed specifically for people who have to take an English exam. And who can take the program? Right now it's only open to worldwide candidates. You heard that correctly. Worldwide candidates. Okay, so if you're not a part of our worldwide family, this is a great plug-in to join, a great reason to join, because you're going to get free English help. You're going to get free help passing your exam, so you don't have to pay tutor centers. You don't have to pay. Now, if you want to choose to do that additionally, that's totally fine. That's on you. But we are offering you help in the form of me. Nurse aides. So if I have any nurse aides out there, hey, nurse aides, happy to see you. Happy to have you here. I am designing a program for you. We have done a my name is, I'm seeing it, D to R. I don't know. I'm so bad. I'm like from like South. So when you're from the South, we have a way of butchering names. For example, if you live in Georgia, I know there's Athens, Greece, but in Georgia it's Athens. So just in the South, we like to change pronunciations. Interested in your ESL program? Absolutely. Tell your case manager and they will add you to my communication list. Yay! Cindy. That's a name I can pronounce. Hopefully. I probably found a way to butcher that. So anyway, I am designing a program for nurse aides as well. So hang in there, nurse aides. I'm coming at you too. When do you start? Already talked about that. We start with stage 4 after filing at ETA 9089. So for those of you who are in 5 and 6, this is a brand new program. It just started. So don't think that your case manager dropped the ball, okay? They did not. This just started. So we are so excited to have 5 and 6 candidates as well. But eventually, if you're just starting the process, if you're in stage 1, 2, 3, you're going to be added at stage 4, so don't worry. What exams do I help with? This is a common question that I get because, like I said earlier, depending on what state you go to, that's going to determine what exam you take because it's state boards of nursing that determine the exams. I know a lot of people just check CGFNS and they saw that wonderful announcement about CGFNS is now accepting the OET and the PTE for visa screen. I know. Very excited. Yay. But it's still up to the state boards of nursing, and worldwide doesn't determine that. The other thing that I'm going to ask you all to be patient with is sometimes state boards of nursing will release like a PDF or they'll do a news announcement and they don't update their website, right? So you guys may see these announcements being posted, but we still have to verify that with the Board of Nursing because what could happen, and this would be horrible, is you get all the way later on in the process and later on in the phase and come to find out like the announcement you saw was not accurate and you took the wrong test. You took the PTE and they got to have an IELTS or a TOEFL. So you're in stalemate. You're stuck. If we were playing Monopoly, that would be a go to jail card, right? And instead of rolling to get doubles, you're rolling to pass an IELTS or a TOEFL. And that's an expensive process. So just hang with us and be patient as we verify and make sure that you are taking the correct exam, okay? But what exams do I help with? IELTS, TOEFL, which I have an exciting announcement about the TOEFL. Stay tuned. Keep watching. Don't leave me yet. PTE, OET, the MELAB, the MET, you name it, I got it. Good news is they're all in English. And guess what, folks? I speak English. When I talk about these exams that you're taking, again, make sure you check with your case manager on whether or not that exam is taken or accepted. Don't go rogue. Don't go out there and be like, I'm going to take the PTE just so I can move on. No, that's not going to work. It's not going to do, no, not good things for you, my friends. Not good things. So make sure you're checking with your case managers. I am a big fan of our case management team. They are my favorite people. Don't tell the rest of worldwide, but I love my case management team. Also, shout out to my case management team in the Philippines. I've been working with them lately, and they're awesome too. In case you didn't know, some of you, we have case managers in the Philippines. So, early start. If you want to start early, if you're one of those, like, I've already spoken to my, my procrastinating people, which, hello, I'm one of them. If you want to start early, if you're in, like, the process, the interview process, and you're like, I want to go ahead and get this exam done, take the TOEFL. And I know all of you over there are going, nope, not doing it, not taking the TOEFL. The TOEFL is accepted in all 50 states. So if you take the TOEFL, you don't have to worry about, is this accepted by my Board of Nursing? No matter where you go in the good old US of A, the TOEFL is accepted. So if you want to get an early start, take the TOEFL. Okay? And I know for some reason the TOEFL gets a bad rap. It does. People are just very intimidated by the TOEFL, but don't worry. We're going to demystify the TOEFL. So what's the schedule for the course? I use an online platform, and I designed it with nurses in mind. So there is not a set time schedule. You heard that right. There is not a set time schedule. You work at your own pace. There are pre-recorded lectures. You go in and work at your own pace. For every week, there's about an hour to 2 hours of coursework. You can do 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there. You can do the whole thing. You can just sit down for 2 hours and knock the whole thing out if you want to. It's up to you. It depends, okay? Depends on your schedule, and that's how I designed the program, with nurses and your crazy, insane, what just happened schedules in mind, okay? The thing is, once you start the course, you have to finish it, and it works in weeks. You have to follow the schedule. So, for example, week 1 is reading. So once the course starts, you'll do reading for the week. At the end of that week, I'll unlock, they're called modules. I'll unlock the next module. The next module is listening. So for that week, you'll work on listening. The thing is, you have to stay on target. You have to stay on task. So the reading for the week for the assignment, you have to do the reading that week. The listening, you have to do it that week. So once you start the program, you do have to follow and get it done in 4 weeks. Okay, I want to make sure that's understood. But again, you can do it on your own time during the week. There is no set schedule as to when you have to have it done. Let's see. What topics are covered? I cover all aspects of the exam. We cover speaking, writing, reading, and listening, all that fun stuff. After the course, my suggestion is always schedule an exam as soon as you've completed the course. The reason I say that is you just spent 4 weeks working on preparing for your exam. Schedule one. Schedule an exam right then, as soon as you finish that course, so that you can go right in, fresh out of an English course, an English crash course, and you can take the exam. It's fresh on your brain, right? Use it so you don't lose it. After the exam as well, or after the course as well, especially once you've scheduled the exam, we have a really cool program, so I'll be notified when you schedule your exam. Obviously, tell your case manager you've scheduled your exam. I'll be notified. I'm going to send you a link, and it's a link to a form that you fill out, and you can request one-on-one tutoring with me. Just you and me, logged into a Google Meet, and we speak. We go through a speaking session, whether it's the PTE, the IELTS, the TOEFL, whatever exam you're preparing for. It's not mandatory, it's totally up to you, but you and I can practice together. And that's something Worldwide offers that not everybody else offers. And other people that offer it, you have to pay for it. So use it. Use me. I'm here. I would love to speak to you. I would love to help you practice, okay? And it doesn't just have to be a one and done. We can practice a couple of times before your exam. But I love getting to know all of my nursing candidates, and this is a really great opportunity for us to work one-on-one, and I'll give you some direct feedback on your English abilities, okay? So that's the course. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. It will be rolling out to you. The first round of the course actually starts on Monday. So for those of you who are in stage 4 right now, some of you even in 5 and 6, you're going to get an email from me next Monday. So be ready. I'm coming for you, right? Notify me too. All right. I think it's Yusuf. I don't know. I'm so sorry if I'm saying it wrong. It's free, which is fantastic. It's totally free. And I know you want to be notified, so contact your case manager just to double check you've been put on my list, okay? It's a great thing for your case manager. We have people, the great thing about being live and the great thing about worldwide is we have people ready to respond to your questions. We have people who are there who will answer your questions. As you can see in the chat right now, probably Tracy over there managing the chat, but he is there. He is answering your questions live and direct right now. But we also have a lot of chat features to where you can reach out to us. You can Facebook message us. You can go and navigate to our website. But we have a lot of people who are there to answer your recruitment questions. We have an amazing marketing team who's there to answer your questions. Case management, licensing, relocation. We will get your questions answered. So don't sit there and try to Google it when you have someone who's right there ready to answer your questions. So that's it. That is it for my second episode. Tracy, I got to see the chat today. Yay! I'm so excited. But thank you all so much for tuning in. For those of you who are rewatching this on our YouTube channel, or if you're rewatching it on Facebook, wherever you are in the world, thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to tune in next week, because next week we're talking about the power of positive speaking. We're going to tackle some of those speaking questions. And on December 8th, are you all ready? On December 8th, I have an executive from TOEFL who will be joining me live. And she will be, for those of you, I know for a fact, those of you going to California, you got to take the TOEFL. So, those of you having to take the TOEFL and you're struggling, or those of you that I told you, you just want to get an early start and take a test, she is going to demystify the TOEFL for you. She's amazing. I've already spoken to her. I'm so excited and so thankful that she's agreed to join us on Facebook Live. I am really, really, really excited for her to join us. So make sure you tune in next week again for the power of positive speaking. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Kari Cooper, coming at you live and direct from Kari's Corner, reminding you, don't face the corner, face the world with Worldwide. Over and out.